Hello and welcome to Scale Car Garage. I don't know about you folks, but as you can see on my workbench, there's a lot of, I don't want to say half-done projects, but there are a lot of projects that haven't been completed yet. You get involved in something and you go, oh, yeah, that's cool. And then you find something else and you go, oh, that's even cooler. And you start. You have to forgive me, my voice. I'm just getting over a cold, so sorry about that. So the first thing I thought I would work with you folks to do is get some of those projects off the workbench so we can start fresh, but also give you a recap as to sort of how the project evolved. So the project that we're going to be completing is actually based on this really cool kit, which is a reissue from the 1960s. It's a 1961 Ford Ranchero. I just like saying Ranchero. Sounds like something you would have at lunch, or maybe if the Ford Motor Company had a restaurant, I'd, yeah, give me the Ranchero and a glass of water or something. You know, that kind of stuff. No, it's not funny. Anyway, a wonderful kit. This was originally issued by AMT in the 1960s. AMT was a really interesting company because they were based in Michigan, and they did all of the promo cars for automotive manufacturers in the 1960s. It was really cool. And it shows in this kit. This kit is so cool. The proportions are right on. The crispness of the casting is just amazing. The details in the car are really cool. But we'll get into that. But I wanted to just to show you that they also have, when they reissued the kit, they used artwork from the 1960s, and I thought it was really very cool. And they also have done something that I think is also neat. You know, when you get a reissued kit from other manufacturers, there has to be that very important UPC code, the Universal Product Code. And they put it actually on the bottom of the interior box with also a little sort of schematic of the parts that you get with the kit. It's really kind of neat. Anyway, let's open it up just to show you what's in here. Set the top over here. Oops, I think I just toasted another little project. Here's what's really neat though. They actually separated out all of the really important bits in plastic bags so that they don't get scratched or broken, or if things do come off the tree, they stay in a bag. Really cool. It's the kind of thing that you wanted when you were originally able to build these. Whoever put this together really is not only a half decent product person, but understands I guess what it was like in those days. So you can see the body, and we'll show you the body. This lovely work. The chrome and the glass are separate, which is really kind of cool, in their separate little baggies. So nothing gets scratched, nothing gets lost. It's marvelous. It also comes with a set of decals that are very cool. I actually opened this up so I could show you folks. And if you look at them, first of all, a protective piece of paper. Never happened back in the day. Now, beautiful. And you've got this sort of really neat little decal sheet that you can have the car as a sort of automotive utility vehicle, or or a sparkle bright vacuum service vehicle. Yeah, I don't know if anyone still gets their vacuums serviced. You guys just let your imagination run wild with that one. Anyway, it's a great kit. I'm going to take you through a little bit of a history of the car, hopefully, because I didn't realize a lot about this car. And secondly, though, the only minor aspect of the kit when you're building it is to ensure that the front grille insets enough into the front. And we'll go through that. But anyway, let's get on with building a 1/32 scale Ford Ranchero here at Scale Car Garage. Manufactured to compete with the Chevrolet El Camino, the 1961 Ford Ranchero was the second generation of this vehicle and was based on Ford's compact Falcon two-door sedan.
This version of the Ranchero sold quite well for both commercial and private use. I wanted to build this Ranchero as a slot car representing something that would have been used by an automotive supply company specializing in racing cars. As such, I envisioned this car to also be used as a tow vehicle. Once the model body was prepped, I sprayed it gold and detailed the badges on the body. Looking at the decal sheet, I used the available letters and devised a bespoke business name and sponsor for the car. The interior of the car was detailed and assembled, and a driver was created, painted, and fitted to the interior. Then, it was on to the business end of the model, the chassis, which I built from scratch using square and round brass tubing. I devised a front motor configuration with the drive shaft and pinion gear to drive the rear wheels via a crown gear on the rear axle. I also fabricated a trailer hitch to be used to pull a trailer for a racing car. To achieve a proper stance for the car, a section of the Ranchero's bed had to be removed to allow clearance for the crown gear. The crown gear's exposure has to be dealt with to complete the car.
So this is the area we have to sort of do something with, because the crown gear took up so much space that we had to cut an area out. And I know perhaps maybe the area that I cut out is a little too big, but that's okay. So your wonderful vernier calipers come in handy here. I would also recommend a post-it note and some sort of writing implement, because we're going to do a little bit of measuring here. So here's what we're going to measure. We're going to measure, oh, by the way, so I thought, well, let's build a wooden crate, because it would make sense that this car would be carrying some sort of crate, whether it's an engine or car parts of some sort. So let's take a look and see how big we have to make this box. So let's do the width. Let's say we get it from, there we go, allowing for the size of the piece of wood. There we go. So there's the width. And we have, and I'm going to use centimeters, sorry folks. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's pretty cool. That is 1.7 centimeters wide. So let's do the width, 1.7 centimeters. Now let's do the length here. What kind of length do we want? Well, we want to cover it up, so with a little bit of overage. Okay, how's that look? Well, let's make it an even 2.5 centimeters long. All right, 2.5 centimeters long. And the length, 2.5 centimeters. Now, how high should this be? That's a good question. Let's make it 1 centimeter high. That's good, because that way it doesn't, yeah, 1 centimeter high. All right, and the height, 1.0 centimeters. Well, isn't that neat? So now we can take our little wooden sticks, build ourselves a little box. All right, let's do that. There's the top of the box, and of course now we're going to need the sides, right? Sides of the box, right? And the height. So actually, we just got to keep cutting pieces of wood like that. Let's keep doing that. Top. Okay, let's use this. Gotta keep cutting. There we go. And I can talk now that the furnace is off. I think we're close to a centimeter. You know what? That looks great. there you have it. We've got all 4 sides of our crate now. So we're going to go to the other workbench, glue them up, and see what we can get once the glue's dried. All right, let's go there. Here we are at the other workbench. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue the sticks together to create the sides of the crate. So let's get to it. All right, first, our friend wax paper. So wax paper is great because we're going to be dealing with, and we don't have to waste it. We don't need much of it. So let's, again, thank you to my wife for the scissors. And we can put this aside and use it for something else. It's always good to tape it down flat, or as flat as we can. Here you can see my workbench is a little messy. We talked about that earlier. We don't have to go back there. So let's some masking tape just to make sure that it's so it doesn't buckle up, so it's nice and flat. There we go. Flatten it out as flat as we can. There we go. That should do it. There we go. So now here's where we can put our pieces. Well, you know what? Let's start with the top first. All right. Our buddy wood glue. Oh, white glue. Little shake there. All right. Well, let's get to it. So here are the pieces for the top. Let's get to it. This is going to get really messy, folks, which is fun. The next one. Ooh, lovely. Right. To the next one. It'll take longer to dry than it will to build, which is fine. So the top, 2 sides, and the ends. Now all we have to do is just, well, a little bit of patience, and there we go. We got all 4 sides of our crate. Now we just have to wait for it to dry. Let's have lunch. We've let those pieces dry, and now they're ready to finish. So let's finish them up, see if we can get a crate out of it. It's fine the way it is. There you go. Okay, so we've left the crate overnight to dry, and you can see that it actually came out quite nicely. So what we're going to do now is going to turn on the light. Actually, before I do that, let me just explain something here. I'm sure you guys are the same way, but I have saved decals that came with models, various models, that I didn't use. And I looked through them and I found something that I think would be appropriate for the crate. It's an old decal. Anyway, I hope it still works. And it says on it, genuine Ford parts. So I thought that would be perfect to put right on top, since we're doing a Ford Ranchero, and it would be set everything up. So we're going to put the decal on the box, and then we're going to put the box on the car. Okay, so we have our water, we have the decal. Let's see, yeah. Let's hope this decal isn't too old that it doesn't work, but let's, there we go. Hopefully you can see the decal in the water. And when it curls up, you don't have to leave it in for long usually. Let's hope it still works. Oh dear. Oh! Well, it broke apart. but that's not a bad thing. Let's see. And let's see if we can get the rest of that on as well. Let's see. Another little bit over here. This is a problem with old decals, in that they are, well, old. But let's see if we can do the best with what we have here. Ooh, that does not want to come off. Look at that. Yeah, it does not want to come off. Well, we're still going to use it though. Actually, it's really kind of neat because it looks like, look at that. Even though it's not perfect, that looks pretty cool. Damaged in shipping. How about that? Okay, so let's just tidy up here a little bit. Let's get this over here and let's see where we want to put it on the car. All right, now let's see, which way can you guys see that? Can you see that okay? Hopefully, yeah, it looks good. Okay, so we can put this in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. What do you think about that, folks? All right, so the next question is how to secure the crate in the car. I really would recommend using wood glue. The reason I would recommend using wood glue is one, it'll stick to wood, but two, it won't do any damage in the actual area of the bed of the Ranchero, and you can easily clean it up, and if you want to change it, you can. And this is not a race car. It's a fun go around the track kind of car, and of course we're gonna have to build a trailer for it as well with the little hitch that we have, but I think it suits the purpose of the car. Let's be fairly generous, because the great thing about wood glue is that when it dries absolutely clear. All right, now, and if we don't like where we have it, because it won't stick to the bed of the truck, or Ranchero, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to block that. Okay, there we go. Look at that. I think that's going to be great. So the only thing we have to do next is take this thing around the track to see how it looks. And I think that's going to be fun. Okay, so we have the car, we have the track. Let's take a look and see how this looks just riding around. As I said, it's not a race car. It's, you know, a fun go around the track kind of car. And don't worry, we'll get to the trailer. But it's just nice to have this car completed and off my workbench. So let's put it on the track. So on the side here. And see how it goes. Oh yeah, that looks so nice. All right. Whoa! That looks really cool. No, it's not. One job, project, thing completed off my workbench. Thank you so much for joining me and helping me finish this. We have a few more to finish in subsequent episodes, but one down, more to go. Thanks for joining me here at Scale Car Garage. Until the next project that needs to be completed soon. Thanks very much.
I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.